What's up, everybody? I just wanted to do a video on how I make my food for my fish over the past couple years. I've been doing the hobby for about 5 years, so I've kind of got a good grip on how to make my food. First, I like to take containers that I buy just for making food. They're cheap. You designate them just in your Tupperware just for making food. I like to fill the glass with just a little bit of RO water or tank water, depending on what you can get to easiest. Second, I like to add frozen brine shrimp. Since most of my guys eat algae, I like to get the green. It's spiral. Very nice. I usually go with a whole cube because I actually feed 3 tanks. Next, I like to offer some green flake food for all my veggies. Just a pinch and a half or so, depending on your tank. Usually like to try not to overfeed your tanks, because then you'll be doing more water changes and less feeding. I like to feed my fish. Once I notice they're stop eating in their 5-minute increments, they're done eating. Usually with the yellow tang, I will do something additive. First, I like to add the garlic additive. By far, it is the best stuff you can buy on the market. I like to go with the Ken Marine, but it's all about your preference. I usually do a whole thing of garlic in the food, and I usually like to take about 6 or 7 drops, and I like to, I don't know if you can see this raw, I've got an algae strip in here, and I'm going to take the garlic and I'm going to drip it over the algae strip, and I'm going to baste it with my basting brush. Now this Tupperware dish and this basting brush, once you start doing this with this, these things are no good for eating out of anymore. You have to keep them designated for the fish aquarium. But it's very simple. You're just going to baste the algae strip, and you're going to let it sit for, I usually like to feed them the day, like today, I like to feed them with the food, and then I'll let the algae strip sit here another 20 or 30 minutes, so they really pick at all the food that was hit to the ground. Secondly, I like to add to my food is some silicone. It's definitely a nice fatty acids additive. By far, it really works well. I put it in my food. And then third but not least, I like to get some vitamin C. I've gone with a couple different brands. They all seem to work pretty well. I would probably go with what's on sale. I like to let this sit for about 4 or 5 minutes until that cube dissolves, and I want to stir it up. Then I like to come back and stir it up every 5 minutes or so. Sometimes I recommend it's only supposed to sit 15 minutes. I've let mine sit a half hour. I've actually forgotten let it sit 2 or 3 hours. I don't think it really matters that much, as long as you don't let it sit overnight or something like that. But this is definitely going to be the easiest way to increase your fish's health, color, performance, everything. Additives in food. If you just feed your fish flake food, it's like eating Doritos all the time. It's not going to be good for you. So you definitely got to add the additives. And with the frozen brine, all fish should eat frozen brine. They're definitely good food. Some people go with frozen mist shrimp and so forth and so on, but I don't really have any fish that I really have to chop up that much for. So I like to go with the frozen brine and a mix of the flake. Hope this can help you guys out on the healthier fish. Thanks so much.